Today, Jeff has offered to show you guys the exact slides he's using to sell it. So you guys can go and sell your AI consulting.
Show you guys exactly what my sales process is.
There's a couple of bonuses that'll be unannounced from Big Daddy here, but this is just exclusive for you guys. And essentially, like in a matter of 10 minutes, we can go from you're nobody into your industry. We've had people use this.
I had 150 people working for me in November of 2022. And imagine getting a letter November 30th where basically your biggest client says, hey, we're not going to use you anymore.
It's never easy to fire somebody, but it's extra hard when they're actually doing a good job.
Yeah. So help me, help you.
All right, what is up, my crazy, awesome, amazing, talented agency motherfuckers? As you can see, we got our man Jeff Hunter with us, the savage marketer. Besides having cool branding, we're going to be talking about something today, and this is something Jeff and I talked about in Cancun a couple weeks back, a couple months back. I couldn't tell you, I'm bad with dates. But Jeff has sold a couple $100,000. I want to say something like 300,000. He can tell you the exact number worth of AI consulting. And one of the things about AI consulting is that in our world, everybody's talking about it. Everybody knows about AI. And if you live in our tiny little internet marketing bubble, you'll think Joe the plumber knows about it. I went into a restoration conference, spoke with our man, John Maranko. And I remember we asked the room, how many of you guys like even know what the fuck Chat GPT is? And about like maybe 20% of the hands in the room went up. And then I went and asked how many of you guys are using it? And maybe like 4 of them are like using it on a daily basis. And so there is a tremendous, tremendous gap for you to be the one to help these everyday local businesses. And it's pretty much the easiest upsell in the world. So besides being super cool, today Jeff has offered to show you guys the exact slides he's using to sell it. So you guys can go and sell your AI consulting. And at the end of this, if you guys are interested in getting Jeff's help on the fulfillment side of things for what to do, we've got an option for that. But even if you guys don't choose that option, you're going to get a shit ton of value for going, holy shit, this mountain of what can be sold in AI to people, especially like local businesses that need it, that need social media and have no idea how to use it. And to be that person who like kind of, ushers it in for them it's just really exciting. And as you know, Jeff will tell you guys in more detail, you spend what, like 90 minutes fulfilling on this, you charge a couple of grand to consult and it's done in, an hour and a half kind of thing.
Yeah. And the thing that I love about, and by the way, you guys have an advantage because you're marketers. Like if you're an agency owner, like it's not the AI, people don't want AI consulting. They just want to get results, and they want to have results really good and really cheap, which is why AI is great, because you can actually get good results for cheap. And it's really a game changer. And what I'm going to do today, oh, you know what? I'll just share my slides, because
share
what
away,
I'm going to do
brother.
today is, yeah, I'm gonna literally show you guys exactly what my sales process is. And I'm going to give you guys basically the blueprint of what I do for my own sales presentations. And that for me has been really valuable, just to have, even just for you guys to look at it and be like, oh yeah, okay, that's how you sell it. Because that's what the feedback that I've gotten from agency owners is like, okay, how, like AI is kind of like trendy, it's cool, but how can I actually sell it? You're not really selling it. What you're doing is you're selling better marketing, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to share with you
Yeah, and
guys.
I actually the cheaper angle as well, because I think especially local businesses, generally speaking, they have an experience whereas they scale, their costs go up with it. And so wherever they can save money, that's almost more exciting of a promise to them than you're going to make more money.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
beautiful thing is, if you look at my screen here, you'll notice I got that little second line on here, that the beautiful part about this is not only just for you, but also for the client. Even if you or your client has never used AI before, it's finally at a point to where it's so simple that anyone can do it. Like if someone
Yeah.
could copy and paste, then you can use AI. And
Can
that's
I
what I
just
love
add
about
before you go on in this presentation? I for like the last 6 or 12 months, I haven't been a fan of AI like generated posts. I feel like when other people write it, I can tell. And I remember having a conversation with you where you said it's like you just got to give it enough background info. a lot of you guys don't know this, but I've been posting like 2, 3 videos a week in our Facebook group, and every single post of those has been written by AI, and not one person has called me on it. And it's because I took all my best posts, put it in a Word doc, and then said, write like this. And it even signs off my email or my messages, may the force be with you. And it doesn't leave that AI kind of footprint where it's like, uses that long-winded sentence and those overly kind of fantastical kind of words, and it just writes like you already write.
And the beautiful part too is that I'll show you. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys here a little bit later. I didn't plan on doing it. One thing I do want to point out before we go in here, I have never done anything in like 30 minutes of my life, except for maybe one of those steamy nights with my. Oh, I'm trying
Oh,
to I'm trying to compress like 90 minutes into 30 minutes, so bear with me. I'm gonna go through it, but I also want to show you guys like practical because this is not like a webinar. This is something where I actually am going to show you over the
yeah,
shoulder like
yeah.
what we're going to do, and then
Just so you guys know, you're going to see Jeff's exact presentation in this.
yeah. And because we're going to be crunching on time, if you want to take the next step, if you guys want to learn how to do it, you want me to give you the tools, I'll give you the opportunity to do so. But even if either way, you're going to learn a lot today. So let's blame this guy, by the way,
Yeah.
for me being here. Because like he said, we were literally at a mastermind together. He was complaining about AI. And then I happened to be speaking at the event. When I went up there, he was like, okay, dude, yeah, this is some really good content. I think my people would love this. And then he literally was like, can you come and be my little secret speaker and show my guys how they can literally add AI into their agencies? So what I'm going to do today is number one, I'm going to show you guys how my actual sales presentation works. So you can even just imagine yourself, put yourself in that place like, can I sell this? Because if you can't sell it, it don't make sense. As the saying goes, if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
All right. The secret AI copywriting, I'm going to show you exactly what Frankie was saying earlier about having the AI actually write good content. I'm going to show you how we do it. And then I'm going to show you how to just literally create your own AI army to just run your agency for you. So now, one of the things that I do know very well about agency owners, being that I am an agency owner myself, is that we're pretty much all burned out. We're overworked. We're trying to do everything ourselves. And this is another amazing reason why I love AI, right? Because we don't have to deal with that anymore, right? And the crazy part is if you're not really doing well in your agency, if you're not crushing it, it's always the same three lies, which is we're not working hard enough, right? The hustle is everything. And quite frankly, the reason why you're a failure, why you're not making the money you should make is because you're not hustling hard enough, right? So before we get into it, I'm not going to go too crazy on my bio because Frankie told you a little bit about that. But I own an agency, 10 years now, VA staffer. It's a virtual assistant agency, but I've always been in love with marketing and web and design. That's what I did. In my previous life, I'm an IT project manager, known as the Savage Marketer now. This is my studio that you're in right here. And I've been featured on a bunch of stuff, ClickFunnels, blah, 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 blah. Cool, great. Yeah. Digital marketer faculty. I actually have a column on entrepreneur.com where I write about virtual teams and AI. And I even had an article written about exactly what I'm going to show you guys today, how I turned this little idea into 500 grand before, in 8 months, basically just selling this exact same thing I'm going to show you guys today. But before that, my life sucked. I literally was working as an IT project manager, handcuffed, had company car, company phone, all that kind of stuff. Was kind of scared to take the leap as an entrepreneur, didn't know really how to build a successful business. And to me, it was just easier to do things myself because at the time you didn't have AI, you had to hire people, and people are expensive. And even if you did hire people, you had to learn how to delegate and things like that,
You
which
can still make
sucks.
the wrong hires.
Oh, nothing hurts worse than making the wrong hire,
Yeah.
spending all that time and
Yeah.
training, and then they leave and they start their own agency or whatever,
Yeah.
which hopefully that doesn't resonate with too many of you guys. That sucks. But you've been there, Frankie. I know I have.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
but at the end of the day, what's cool about AI is that it gives us the opportunity to help more people, spend some more time with my children, do stuff. Like I just went to my son's basketball game. He's five. Watching a 5-year-old play basketball, by the way, it's pretty funny. All right. And by the way, for over 20 years, I've been in IT and building remote teams. I know I look very young, but I'm in my 40s. And I've tried delegating, automating. I failed so many times, but now with the technology we have, with the internet we have, with the access to amazing teams. I know, Frankie, you work with my team in the Philippines and you have your own team in the Philippines
Yeah.
too. But I finally made it. I'm at this point to where I only do what I want to do every day. And I have an incredible team who love doing the stuff that I hate. And I have an army of AI employees that do all the stuff that they can't do and that they hate.
Yeah.
Right. And this is the beautiful leverage that I'm going to show you, because I don't want you to have to do it the hard way, the way that me and Frankie did. Now, funny story, Frankie, this is good because you actually have good insight here, because you just said earlier that you were in a room with 100 people and only like 20 people said they knew what ChatGPT was and a handful of them. Like, how many people, like in businesses, okay? How many businesses, like percentage wise,
Yeah.
let's say there's 100% of businesses in America, how many do you think are actually using AI?
Yeah. It's a cheat code because I know the answer, but let's do the magic reveal here.
Yeah, 3.8%.
Yeah, and can I just say on that, like, in that restoration conference with John Marenko, I actually said, like, I was expecting, because I'm in internet marketing circles, when I said, like, how many of you guys know what ChatGPT is? Like, I figured like 80-90% of them would be like, I know what it is. And I figured, like, 30-40% of would be using it regularly. It was like I could count them on one hand, the guys that were actually using it. And I actually remember said, I got, like, just so you guys know my style, I said, well, prepare to have your heads fucking blown off today. I'm going to show
Exactly.
you what's possible with this stuff right now.
Yeah, and the crazy part is the demand. This is just
Yeah.
one side of the equation. This is just how many people are doing it, but the demand is absolutely nuts. Business Insider did an article, 90%, 91 to be exact, we're looking for people. They're literally trying to hire people that know ChatGPT and have AI skills. So there's a massive, what I call, disparity gap. Okay, the AI disparity gap.
Yeah.
What's
Which
beautiful
is
about
not
this?
true, by the way, for a lot of the things you guys are selling. Like, they don't wake up and go, oh, where am I going to find an SEO person?
Right. Yeah. And not to mention, I mean, everyone's looking at AI to do the SEO anyway now. I mean,
Yeah.
so and I hate to say it, but I left this out of the presentation trying to cut it back, but I'm going to bring it back in. I almost sold my agency in December of 2022. ChatGPT came out in November of 2022, and I was like, why would someone hire a Filipino VA for 15 to 2,000 bucks a month when you can use like a friggin' AI SEO app for 200 bucks a month that writes all your blogs and does all your shit, And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. And so now we're at this weird point to where, like, I've realized, what is really incredible is if you have a human that's actually infused with AI power, you're going to supercharge and get massive productivity out of your team, which I'm going to show you in a minute. But the cool part about the AI disparity gap is this is a massive, you being an AI provider, like a consultant using AI, you actually have the ability to save people massive amounts of time. I'm going to share with you a real life example on the next slide of exactly how much time. And then I'm going to give you like a worst case scenario. Like, even if you're bad at doing AI consulting, what you can expect results to get from your clients, which is still better than anything else out there on the market.
Hmm.
You're going to save them time. You're obviously going to save them money. And you're going to give them a competitive advantage because they're still, remember, only 3.8%. They said that by the end of 2024, going into 2025, it'll be about 6.4% of businesses using AI. So think about that. That's crazy, right? And my official number, by the way, in a 1 year span where I said, I want to do AI consulting as a service, and I want to see how much money I could make as my first time. By the way, I've never been a consultant. Matter of fact, I don't like consulting, because think about what traditional consulting is. Traditional consulting is you come into a business, you look at it. I've hired consultants. They've looked at my business. They've gone through my numbers. They looked at my processes. And then they say, here's all the shit that's wrong with your business you need to fix. And then you have to do it all, or you have to
Yeah.
hire them to do it all,
Yeah.
right? The beautiful thing about AI is that you're coming in, you're building out a solution, which I'll show you exactly what I'm selling. And then I'm done with it. I charge them a retainer at the end of it, right? I charge people $3,000 to $9,000 to do AI consulting with me. I build out what are called AI personas, which is the AI employees I'm going to show you guys how to do.
Yeah.
And
Can
then I
we just say
basically
the
show them how to
delivery and
use it.
fulfillment, as you mentioned, kind of to me, is like 60 to 90 minutes typically?
Yep, 90-minute phone call. I'm typically delivering on a 90-minute phone call. an AI solution. I'm creating basically an AI employee, or sometimes two, if we have enough time, that literally take over their emails, social media content. Like you'll see, I have it all prepared here. But here's the bottom line. This is why it's really cool. If you work with big clients or small clients, it doesn't matter. I've worked with some really big clients. I worked with Agora Financial. I went into their business and I said, how can we improve their time to market? The average campaign at Agora, I probably shouldn't say this, internal information, but it takes about 30 to 60 days on average from the inception of an idea until it becomes a draft that can get approved by compliance. Just to show you how fast AI is, one of their publishers that paid me to consult, by the way, a nice figure. I made multiple five figures, okay, on this deal. What happened is that they had a junior copywriter take what I teach and get them a draft in 24 hours. Think about what that, matter of fact, they have to increase their compliance department because they're getting so many new offers.
Yeah.
So this is what's beautiful. Okay. Here's how I want you to think about this. This is the offer, right? You're using AI to make your own humans more productive, right? For the successful businesses that already have humans, right? There's this huge drive like, oh, I don't want to replace my humans with AI. It's never sexy. No CEO wakes up and says, hey, guess what, guys? We can fire all of our workforce and have AI. Like, it's not sexy, right? So the angle is, hey, we're going to use AI to make the people you already have on your team more productive. Even if, by the way, these are low averages, I'm typically able to get 50 to 60% more productivity out of a single person. I actually used to have 5 copywriters on my team. I now have 1 copywriter who's doing the work of all 5 and more. It's crazy. Okay. So let's just use a small number, 20%. If you were able to come in and create an AI persona, like these AI employee that like helps do social media content or write blogs or handle customer service, all it does is it increases productivity of the team by 20%. Think about that. In a 5-day work week, that is an entire day. 20% of 5 is 1. So that's an entire work day. That means that you're getting out of a single person who works 5-day work week, a 6-day work week out of the same person, right? If you multiply that over 52 weeks, that's literally like getting 52 extra days, and a work month has 21 days. So that's over 2 months of productivity from someone a year, right? So that is what's at stake here, right? That's like 2 to 3 months of extra work getting out, just squeezing out, even if you use the low number at 20%. And this is what businesses are paying for. And this is how you can actually take advantage of the AI disparity gap. Okay. And like I said, I never liked consulting, right? You have to go through a bunch of stuff. You have to tell people what to do. And then either you have to do the work and charge them extra, or they have to do the work themselves, which nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now is we're actually creating these AI personas, and the AI personas are actually doing all the work. Okay. And the cool part about AI personas is that they literally are, think of them as like AI employees. Okay. This is what I try to explain. How many times have you had a human complain about their job? How many times have you had them quit? How many times have they asked for a raise, right? Or poach a client? You've had that, Frankie? You ever have somebody poach a client? That sucks, right? Or just, especially in the VA world, it's super common. Like, not my VAs, I'm good,
But in the beginning, for sure, when you're learning to hire, they just disappear all the time.
Disappearing VAs, man, right? Or if it's a copywriter, how many times do they always sigh every time you ask for a revision? You tell them you don't like an angle,
Can I just say on this, just while we're here, because I think this is the most important slide. I've said this to people before, and I don't think enough people registered it. When a business owner of any kind hires you, like, they're way more buying their way out of their problem than they're buying their way into your solution. And so what everybody wants to talk about are my SEO is the greatest, my Facebook ads are the best, this web design, we have domain rank, whatever, it's WordPress, it's optimized. And the thing they're buying there is their way out of. And so I just want to highlight this slide for you guys, because what Jeff has figured out is these are the reasons they're paying you, because they're so tired of employees that complain, that they quit. They got to retrain people. They want a raise. They want, it's in COVID, they want more remote hours. As they mentioned, they may poach a client, they'll disappear. Oh, you want another update? And AI,
you want to know what they want?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at that. This is what's beautiful about being an AI consultant, just adding AI as a service to what you're doing, because you're able to give them exactly what they want. These AI personas, which are basically AI employees, they function as the perfect digital employee. They're reliable, they're consistent, and they require zero supervision.
Yeah.
Right? Like you just tell them what to do, they do it, and it's literally like talking to a person. Okay. But how do you actually turn these AI personas into a powerful tool for your business? So I want to show you how I sell this. You guys want to see? I'm going to show you this actual presentation. Okay. So right now is a actual sales presentation that I use right now to land clients. As a matter of fact, when the last time I saw Frankie in Cancun, I literally showed this presentation on sale on stage. This is my sales presentation. So it literally starts like this. This is, imagine you're in front of a business owner, you're in front of that remodeler, you're in front of the, what would you say, the
Yeah.
plumbers association,
Yeah, and
wherever
we'll
you're
probably
at.
just tweak this first slide a little bit to personalize it to who you're talking to, how to leverage AI to
Right.
grow your plumbing business or whatever.
Yeah. You'll notice it's just the same one that we have at the beginning. Except it was tailored to agency owners. So how to leverage AI to grow your business. For you, I just made it how to create an army of AI employees to run your agency. Like you
Yeah.
could just think of that what a headline's going to be. You just swap it out whoever you're talking to,
Yeah.
right? And then these are the same challenges that every business owner has. You can literally, and I kind of fine tune this depending on who I'm speaking in front of. Like instead of saying everyone's overworked, I'd say agency owners are overworked, right? In your case, you'd say plumbers are overworked, or
Yeah.
whoever your target market is. They're overworked. They're doing everything themselves. They're trading time for money, and they're on the brink of workout. Wait, they're on the brink of burnout. Doesn't that sound familiar of my opening slides?
Yeah.
Yeah, this stuff works, man. Okay. And what is another problem? By the way, my son, who's 11 years old, created these images, all these images, and they're using a free tool, Meta AI. If you have a Facebook account, you can use this for free to create these cool ass images. Okay. So business owners always want to have fresh, engaging content. They usually require good copywriting for sales pages, emails, ads, all that stuff. And they're always struggling to find affordable, reliable talent. So this is where, and by the way, I'm giving you an overview because this is my actual sales presentation. So I'm going to tell you how I sell it. I'm leading them up to, remember, you have to think about the belief patterns that people have. If the best way to sell it is to actually reinforce what they believe and then prove them that it's wrong, that what they believe is wrong. If you want people to remember you, you prove somebody that what they think is wrong. Okay, I know it's an election year. It might not be possible right now, but everyone has seen this little good, fast, and cheap diagram that I'm going to show you right here. You guys have all seen that, right? Good, fast, or cheap. And you get to pick two, right? That's like usually what people talk about, right? So, for example, if you want something good and fast, well, it's going to be expensive. It ain't going to be cheap, right? If you want something good and cheap, then it's probably going to be slow. If you want something fast and cheap, it's going to be low quality. These are the beliefs that these people believe. Like when you're giving this presentation, this is what they say. So, and everyone feels like this, like they've had to either settle for subpar results or they've had to overpay, right? So now with AI, there's the new way. Okay. The new way is you can actually have good, fast, cheap, and high quality because of AI, right? And by the way, AI totally made that diagram too. um, so this is how businesses leverage AI employees. And this is literally the exact slide set, like I said, that I've used on stage, that I've done client proposals on Zoom and literally get people to sign up right away. I'm even going to show you 3 ways that you can use this presentation so that depending on the audience, because like, for example, the audience I was in front of, with Frankie, I wasn't able to pitch from stage, but I could get people to sign up for my newsletter and also send a text message, which I had them do both. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So how do businesses leverage AI employees? Notice I have not said AI personas yet because nobody knows what an AI persona is. Okay. And AI, you guys know because I'm talking about it, but an AI persona is literally, imagine creating an AI employee, a human-like AI that is highly personalized, understands your brand. We're going to go into it. So We create these human-like AI employees. They take over your marketing, they take over your copywriting, they deliver high-quality work at unprecedented speeds, and of course, at a fraction of the cost of traditional agencies or copywriters.
Can
And
I just
that's
go back?
what
Can you
I,
just go back one slide for a second? Because I want to show
yeah,
that like that last bullet point, you're actually positioning this as a cost savings. Like I don't think again, remember business owners, they're buying their way out of their problems, right? So
yep.
what Jeff is doing there is like acknowledging the fact that they have expenses in the form of agencies and copywriters and social media and those things. And he's offering a chance. Well, what if you didn't, need to have such an extensive team, as he mentioned, instead of having five copywriters, now we do have just one. It's again, they're like immediately like, and I just say that because like I want you guys to imagine the perceived value even before he's spoken a price, if he's able to like, save them a bunch of money on what they're already doing.
And here's the beautiful thing too, Frankie. This is an incredible downsell for people that just aren't a good fit for your agency, right?
Yeah.
And I think the average agency right now is charging $15 to $3,000 a month typically. I mean, some people are crazy and they're charging way too little. Obviously, the expenses, I mean, before AI, the expenses are getting more, but the pressure is getting high because now with AI, a lot of people are using AI to do their marketing. But the thing is, what's really great is that most people suck with AI and they can't get good results for the clients with it. So that's what I'm going to teach you guys. All right. So you're setting yourself up to help with a downsell. So if somebody's not a fit for your agency, you can actually set this up and get them going. The other thing is if you already have a client, you can upsell them to an additional AI that does more things for them. So I'll show you, there's some different ways you can sell this. Okay. But the power of these AI personas is that they're super tailored. They're trained in your brand voice and style. Okay. Constantly learning and improving. Actually, the cool part about using AI is that every time you're using it, it's actually learning. It's learning what you want. So every time you have an engagement with it, every time you talk to it, it gets better. And of course, unlike humans, it's available 24/7, doesn't take breaks, doesn't have holidays, doesn't call in quits, right? And it's super scalable because you can do this with a Claude and a ChatGPT subscription, which is like $20 a month, right? Oh, and this is where I bring in the jokes from before, but sadly they're not jokes because this is real, right? They never call in sick, they never disappear, they never roll their eyes, they never ask for a raise. Every time I show this slide, I get laughter. Every
Yeah.
time,
Yeah.
right? Every time. Like this is, and remember, you want to, if you're selling this, you really do want to bring that emotional play in. Like you want to make you want to make people like you, right?
Yeah.
So, and then what I
And,
do
and
is
this is
I
also like they're sick and tired and fed up with those things. Those are real problems for
yeah,
real business owners.
every business owner hates, the people, everyone, sadly, everyone's hired the wrong person, like seeing this slide just brings back all the pain of all the horrible people we've hired. Right?
Yeah.
So here's the introduction, guys. Here's the beauty. All right. Here's where it's gonna really hook, line, and sinker. I mean, you're gonna love how I psychologically prepare people. So I'm gonna show you I told you earlier on the first slide that I'm gonna show you some psychological manipulation here. This is how we do it. Okay. So first I say, hey, look, here's a handful of different roles of AI personas that you can create for your business. You can create a social media copywriter, an email marketer, customer service, an HR manager, a contract writer, an event planner, an SEO consultant, a sales messenger, a newsletter writer, and my favorite, because I'm a project manager in a past life, SOP and workflow specialist, because most entrepreneurs do not have any.
Yeah.
Right? And guess what? They're like, oh, that's great. But then we go dive a little deeper, guys. Check this out. Let me show you some examples. You're like, okay, but what do these personas do? Well, let's start with a couple. Let's look. A social media copywriter. What would a social media copywriter do? My son did a great job on these images, by the way. I love those. Um, it can help come up with campaign ideas for you and your clients. It can learn your brand voice. It can imitate your own copy style. Or if you suck, it can do better than your copy style,
Yeah.
right? Matter of fact, one of my clients right now owns an agency, and he was like, well, look at all this copy that their clients do. It's just generic, it's like they're hiring like 99 social or some, it looks like some copied and pasted. It's probably the same stuff that they use for every single brand that they've ever had.
Yeah.
And just the ability to look and have AI create better copy than what they already have is like, whoa, it's mind-blowing to these people. Facebook posts, Instagram captions, images. And one of the things that's really beautiful is I have a VA who runs all my brands, and they have AI personas built for each of the brand voices that actually create the comments on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. So whenever people comment, it's, like now we can actually have that the AI literally creates the engagement back, which is kind of
Yeah.
cool. Um, so there's the social media copywriter, but what else can it do? Well, let's take a look at the email marketer. Look how intense that guy looks. What's funny, Frankie? Doesn't he kind of look like Rich from Digital Marketer?
Yeah, totally.
Anyway,
We got it.
generate engaging, relevant content strategies, right? It can come up with email campaign ideas. It can help come up with content based on different customer buyer journey, like where they are in the buyer journey. So you can have a nurture campaign for someone who downloaded a lead magnet. You can have a abandoned cart sequence for someone who thought they were going to buy. Like you can do that instantly. So one of my big clients I was working with, they have a massive copywriting team, but you know what? They never even had anybody work on an abandoned cart sequence. They're just working on offers all day long. And I was like, so wait, how many people do you have in the abandoned cart inbox? Like how many people you got on there? Oh, they had like 20,000 people in their abandoned cart that they never sent an email to outside of like the generic, like, hey, I noticed that you didn't finish your checkout. Click here to finish. We wrote up a 10 email sequence, abandoned cart sequence immediately and brought in over $20,000. 20,000 people, $20,000. Not bad,
Yeah.
right? That's $1 a person, right? And that's on a $10 product. That's not bad, right? So we created a hyper personalized email campaign using these AI personas. And the cool part is that if you do it right, you can have them focus mainly on engagement and obviously conversions, which is what people want, right? And then the HR manager, by the way, is the best friend of Isabel, who's my HR manager, because one of the things that my HR manager hates to do is job postings. So now all of our job postings are done. By the way, it's really hard. You can never even trust job postings anymore because everyone's using ChatGPT to make their resumes.
Yeah, cool. Right.
So we're using ChatGPT to help screen people. And I actually have, so it says analyze employee feedback here, but we're also using it to come up with interview questions and things like that, because obviously they can't fake it on a call. But one of the things that she really hates doing is performance improvement plans for team members that aren't doing well. I have over 150 people on my team. So yeah, HR is not really a great thing. So it's drafting PIPs, it's coming up with their emails, communication. And we're also using it to actually create internal company culture stuff. So whenever it's somebody's birthday or we're celebrating somebody, we're using our AI personas to create stories about that person. This person joined here, here's what they've been doing, and here's the impact they've been making. So it's stuff that we normally just wouldn't waste our time on, right? Like who wants to sit there and write for 45 minutes about one of your team members' anniversary? Right? Customer service, speaking of customer service. You can use AI to come up with FAQs, answer questions for customers. You can even use them for bots now. We have chat bots and stuff. You can set up these AI personas directly on your website. So you have instant response time, right? Never have to worry about how many times have you ever like called somebody and they just didn't have an answer. It's like if they just had an AI persona that they could ask a question to and it would help come up and with answers. Same thing with languages, right? Like multiple languages. They're of course always available 24/7. They can help come up with support emails. And what I've found mainly the best use of customer service right now is to actually use it for your existing team. Not sure if you saw this, but there was a big ass report showing that Microsoft is actually implementing a new AI assistant to all of their tech support staff that they're going to literally have. So when you get a call from Microsoft or whoever, and they're trying to walk you through stuff, they have their own little AI persona that's designed to help troubleshoot issues. So this is something that every business owner could really use. So, but the key areas that most AI that people are using AI for is to make money. So blog posts, creative, social media, right, for ads. copywriting, sales pages, email campaigns, web copy, customer support like chatbots, email responses, and then, tons and tons of research using Complexity, Claude, lots of cool stuff that you can do with it. So this is where, remember the psychology thing I was telling you about? So I've already shown some. Then what I do is I say, which AI personas would you use? And I literally just lay them out here. And then guess what? Most everybody goes, all of them, right? Like I could use all of those,
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah.
And literally that's how it works. And then I basically go into, I'm going to show you guys how I actually pitch now. So future-proof your business with these AI personas. Okay. So now you can actually have it all good, fast, and cheap. You can have great marketing, free up your time, don't have to break the bank. And all you have to do, like literally, I kind of toy with them. I'm like, instead of, paying a team member, an employee forever a month, for, $3,000 to $5,000 a month, all you have to do is just set up an AI that costs you like 20 bucks a month, and then you train it. And by the way, training it is way faster than a human. You get instant results. So you get profit margins from day one because you don't have to worry about how much lag time and waste time of training a human. Okay. And remember, only 3.8% of businesses are using AI. There's those stats again, right? The 91% of employers are looking for AI skills. Then I bring up the screenshots again. Remember, you guys have seen this already, but this is literally how I do my sales presentations. And I'm selling them the way I sold you guys in the beginning. Like, look, people want AI. Not many people are using AI. So you should get ahead on AI. Now, this part here is fill in the blanks. If you use this presentation, you would want to put some case studies in here. I have a couple that I'm going to share with you guys just to see how it looks like. For example, here's one of those business owners. Okay. This guy's name's Jeremy. He's dyslexic. He owns a remodeling business in Phoenix, Arizona. And he literally, all he did was join my program and use it to learn how to create AI personas. And he used to spend like an hour, typing up content, or he would farm it out to people. And now he has an AI persona that understands what Phoenix Home Remodel is. That's his business, Phoenix Home Remodel. And literally, he can just say, hey, I want to type a post about whatever. In 2 to 3 minutes, it's already done. It's already fully trained on the customer pain points. It trains faster than any human. And look what he says. He says, I'm dyslexic. Now I can write social media posts in 2 minutes. But he says, what I really like about it is you can create a persona for anything. It's made my life a lot easier, right? So this is what you would do for your clients, right? So you would say, hey, look, here's a client that I worked with, and we created an AI persona for him to take over social media. He actually has dyslexia, and he has an AI write all his social media posts, and they're doing it, or crushing it. They're way better than what he can write. Here's Mary. We created an AI persona for her, a copywriter, and now she's using her copywriter AI persona to do long form copy, to literally write copy for 4 different niches and brands, and has generated 2 weeks worth of content in a very short amount of time with her client. So I like to put some very specific. You can always use mine. You can always use my stuff. If you go through my program, you can use my testimonials. And then now here's the way I pitch it. All right. There's 3 ways to close out. If you are in front of an audience and you're not allowed to pitch, do this. Okay. And this is real, by the way. You can actually sign up for my newsletter. This is the Just the Tip AI newsletter. And it's focused on AI for business and how to actually monetize your AI skills. savagemarketer.com/newsletter. You can check out the
Can I
landing
just
page.
say, as
I'm sorry.
2 guys who have too many kids, there's no way it's stopping at just the tip. But
Just the
anyway,
tip.
please
There's no
continue.
pulling out of that one.
Yeah.
So, the funny part is my girlfriend, friend that's a girl, if my wife's listening, in Miami, her name is Melissa. She runs a massive event in Florida. It's called Epic Talks. And she had convinced me to fly out to Miami and participate in this toy drive where we bought like a couple $100 worth of toys, and we drove up to Tampa, and we dropped them off at this airplane with Dan Fleischman, if you know who he is. And it's for this Toys for Tots type program. and we donated all the. And we had a 4-hour road trip from Miami to Tampa, and I didn't know what to call my AI newsletter, and they actually came up with these 3 girls in a G-Wagon in a 4-hour drive said, "You got to call it just the tip. It's just the tip, the AI tip of the day, just the tip."
Yeah.
And I was like, no way, that's going to turn off 50% of my audience, right? Like, I don't want to turn the ladies off. And they're like, no, the ladies
The ladies love just the tip.
they're like, the ladies love the tip. I was like, come on, really? And the funny part is I said no, hard no. And the best part is that I come back to my marketing guy and I don't say anything about the name. I'm just like, we're still trying to come up with a name for the newsletter. And we have a couple names here and there. And he was just like, Jeff, I also was thinking, I this is kind of crazy, but you are the savage marketer. But like, what if we called it just a tip? And I was like, no way. So anyway, that's the newsletter, just the tip. And I highly recommend that you have a newsletter. The cool part is you can use AI. Like I do have a newsletter team. I have 3 people that work on my newsletter, but they are definitely using AI to come up with ideas. They're helping AI do the AI is doing the research. Matter of fact, let me show you a little hack. This isn't, I know it's probably going to run longer though, but you guys probably want to see how this works. So there's something called Perplexity.ai. And it's really cool and you can use it for free. But like all I have to do here, and it's basically, this is what Google should have been, by the way. Okay. This is what
Yeah.
Google should have done with AI. If I just type in here and I say, what's the latest news for AI and marketing? Give me 5 articles and summarize them and the value to the reader to check it out.
Yeah.
Make it in an email newsletter format. Now, technically, I would want to create an AI persona that knows how to write a newsletter, but just to show you guys just how simple and easy using AI is. Look, it's searching, it's finding thumbnails, it's got sources for all these articles, and it's like, look, here's the 5 recent articles. Dear valued reader, which is also horrible, but look,
Yeah.
how AI is impacting the future of digital marketing in 2024. Here's the marketing age of AI, right? The one thing they messed up was you forgot to include the links. It'll actually have little links that it'll put in there, like ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Really
Can I
good.
just add, by the way, that we're using Perplexity for those of you guys who are interested inside of the Wolfpack. What we're doing is a lot of the strategies involve finding other people who have buying audiences in your niche. We can go to Perplexity and have it summarize everybody who's anybody in your industry in about 2-3 minutes, which used to take us 8 hours with VAs, and now Perplexity can tell us where the top plumbing conference is if you're dealing with plumbers, or if you're dealing with dentists, who sells the software and the tools to the dentist and so forth, and all those,
Yeah,
who's got the top dental podcast and
exactly.
who wrote the book, who's got the conference, and we can summarize that info in like
Exactly.
seconds. It's pretty incredible.
And look what Perplexity did here. Here's the 5 recent articles. How is AI revolutionizing? Ironically, digitalmarketer.com, which I had a meeting with their content director yesterday, and I'm coming in to be their official AI content marketer teacher for their elite program. So that was the deal I worked out yesterday. You're proud of me, I know.
Yeah, I'm proud. For sure.
But it's all a small world, man. That's
Yeah.
if you guys are in Frankie's program, you already are in that world, man. It's a small world. Everybody knows Frankie. Everybody knows me. And I'm not trying to brag on, but like, there's so many people that pretend to know something, and it's like it just takes this much effort to be good in this industry, right? Especially with AI. So anyway, now you guys get the idea. All right. I just want to show you that because I want to show you how easy it could be for you to set up a newsletter. You should have one. Okay. We put a little bit of time and effort into ours, a little bit more than that, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you just spend an hour a week on a really good newsletter, guys, I'm telling you, it's one of the best ways to grow your list. Okay. So this is lead generation number 1.
Yeah. And I'll just add, if you guys don't have one, we actually have, you guys can get started for $1, but we have a done for you SEO email list. So if you guys sell SEO, like, you don't even have to build this. We already built it for you.
Ta-da! Make sure you put that link in whatever this video is.
Yeah.
So this one here. So now let me show you how I sell, if I'm allowed to sell. Okay. And remember, depending on where you're speaking at, or if you're in front of somebody, here's what I do. Okay. I say, hey, look, if you want to take the next step, here's how it works. You book a consultation call with me, completely free. right? We'll just assess your specific needs and goals, and then I'll come up with a plan on how to create these human-like AI employees for your business. And then you can start using this in 90 minutes. You can have your AI persona done in 90 minutes, and it will start taking over your social media, doing your newsletters, all that kind of stuff. And by the way, this is where people always say, no freaking way, right? So I'm going to show you a little bit later how to dispel that, because some of you guys are probably looking at this saying, yeah, right. Just being honest, you guys, I haven't showed you anything yet, right? Matter of fact, let's just skip around to that. You guys want to see? Let's see how good this is.
Do
We're
it.
going to start. Okay, I'm going to zoom in, and this is a trained AI persona. Okay, if you use Claude, if you use ChatGPT without doing the AI persona method, if you're not using the way that I teach how to do it, you're not going to get these results. But I want to show you how easy it is. Okay, watch this. All I have to do is I'm going to click on Claude Projects. We're going to go to my viral post AI persona. Okay, and all I'm going to do is say, write a viral post about how I joined Frankie Finn on his community, or in his community of agency owners, and showed them how to add AI as a service. Oh, value-added service to their agency. There you go. And actually, I actually am going to put this in my, I forgot I have one that has very, very personalized. It's called the Viral Social Media V2. It's the same AI persona, but it has a little bit more information about me inside of it. So now it's going to literally craft a post that you're going to see right here, and you'll see just how fast it is. And it won't be like anything that you see in ChatGPT. Look at this. You're not going to get this in Claude either. You got to get dialed in. Look at this. I just showed 100 plus agency owners how to add millions to their bottom line. Yeah, you read that right.
Yeah.
Frankie Finn invited me to his exclusive community of badass agency owners. These aren't your average Joes. These are the cream of the crop, the ones that make shit happen. It even writes like me. You're going to get AI to say that makes shit happen, guys, right? And I dropped a truth bomb on them. AI isn't a buzzword, it's a game changer. Showed them how to leverage AI as a value-added service. Not just any service, but one that can skyrocket their profits. We're talking millions here, folks. The room was electric. You could feel the excitement, the wheels turning in their heads. These agency owners got it. They saw the potential, the opportunity staring at them right in the face. And you know what? I felt like a proud papa watching these brilliant minds gasp at the power of AI. It's like watching my boys learn to ride a bike. Instead of skin knees, we're talking fat stacks of cash. This is what I do.
Yeah.
Sharing knowledge, empowering others. It's my jam. And let me tell you, the AI revolution just getting started. You ready to join the party? You want to get left behind the desk? Anyway,
can I just say too, because like a lot of people, when you use AI out of the box, it writes this wordy, flowery, exaggerated, kind of hard to read kind of nonsense. But this writes like a copywriter, like short, punchy sentences, talk like people talk, not grammatically correct.
Yep, exactly. And short, punchy sentences, sometimes a sentence will be one word. Like it writes like a copywriter, right? It's trained. And I'll show you a little bit further how to do that. But basically what I do is I tell them how to do this, and I say, hey, if you like that, okay, so if you like that, let me know. And what I do is at this point, I'll either give them a text message link, right? So tell them to send me a text message, or I have a QR code. Obviously, I'm not here to sell you this, so I'm not flashing my QR code up here for you guys to book a call with me. All right. But that's option number 2. And option number 3, which I actually really like the most, is to just have them fill out a free assessment. So you fill out a form with your information. I'll assess your specific needs, and I'll create a custom plan with human-like AI employees for your business. Okay, so check this out. The reason why I like this plan is because A, you're generating leads right then and there. Okay, whether it's in person, whether it's virtual, whatever it is, you have them fill out a form. And now I'm going to blow your minds with ChatGPT. Okay, I'm going to show you an actual AI consultant GPT. Oh, come on. Should have done that before, Anna. Isn't that how that always works? 2-factor authentication. All right, guys. Yeah. So what you want to do here, okay, the trick is you want to actually do, you can use this, what I call AI consultant, AI persona, and it will actually generate the whole plan for you. So let's use your business as an example. I'm going to go to my AI consultant GPT. This is actually included in my program. You guys have access to it if you guys want to pursue this. But there's a giant button here. See what the button says? Create a strategy and proposal for a potential client. See how easy that is?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, what's the name of the business owner? Sure, Frankie. We're going to call him Frankie Fantastical.
That's
All
me.
right. And he's the CEO, and business name is the SEO agency Fantastico, and he's an SEO agency. And website is what is your website for your agency?
My actual one.
Yeah.
It's been a long time actually since we've sold anything through a website. Like I sell all my stuff through video, so I don't really need a website.
You know what? We're just going to use we'll use mine, vastafford.com.
All right.
All right. So this is my vastafford.com website, my VA agency. All right, here we go. We'll call it the VA agency then. Okay. That way it has some background here. Okay. Frankie Fantastical, he's the CEO of VA agency. We'll call it VA staffer. Okay. It's a VA agency. And then we're going to paste the link. And then you want to social media content, email marketing, and SEO consulting. There we go. So now it's literally going to put together a proposal based on exactly what AI personas we should build. Guys, it's that simple. We do a consult call. We find out what kind of AI personas they could use in their business, those AI employees, and then we pitch them on building those AI personas.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is learn how to make the AI personas. That's what I help you do. Okay. Check it out. We got the social media maven, the social media content creator. It'll generate engaging social media posts, create visual content suggestions, schedule, automate some posts, monitor trends, email campaign captain. It'll craft personalized email campaigns, design email sequences. It'll create some A/B test subject lines, provide real-time analytics. We got the SEO Sensei, conduct keyword research and suggest content topics. SEO optimized blogs. Here's your implementation plan. Conduct initial workshops. Customize AI personas. Then we integrate the AI personas with existing tools and platforms. And we give you some training sessions. We do some pilot testing. And then it's like, hey, do you like it? Yes. I'm going to charge $9K for fulfillment. And then guess what? It's just going to create the contract. It's a done deal. Proposals coming out. There's your strategy overview. There's your AI personas. Look at that. Here's your implementation plan. Here's your pricing, $9,000. It includes the implementation of AI personas, training, pilot testing, and ongoing support. That's it. And then if I hit confirm, it'll create the proposal. Watch this. I can say, write an email proposal, and we'll do it savagely. Look at this. In the writing style of Dan Kennedy, because guess what? I am actually an author in Dan Kennedy's book coming out next month.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. Look at that. Frankie, imagine having a team of relentless marketing experts working around the clock to create killer social media content, craft high converting emails. Here's what we're going to do. Let me introduce you to your new dream team, social media maven, email campaign captain, sensei, telling you everything it's going to do. Here's the game plan. $9,000 for less than the cost of hiring a single full-time marketer. You get around the clock marketing machine that never sleeps and works for you. There it is. Done. I know I'm over delivering a little bit, I'm trying to show off a little bit, but I just want to show you guys how easy selling AI could actually be.
Yeah.
Is that fair, Frankie? I mean,
dude, I'm with you. We're all aboard. One of the things we've been working on inside the Wolfpack is taking things that we did manually for a lot of years, and then we turned them all into like templates and swipe files, and then are now using AI to help personalize it. So like, for example, like I have a YouTube ad script that's done really, really well for us over the years. And it's really just a format. Like, anybody could where I say this thing, you say your thing instead, kind of thing. And we figured out how to get it to just like you did, just answer a couple questions about what you're making and who you're making it for, and it'll personalize what's already working for you, and it's like takes you seconds to be able to do what used to take forever.
And this is I'm so glad you told that story, because that's a perfect transition, because I know we're going a little over the perfect transition. And because some of you guys are probably at this point thinking, okay, how do we do this? So just like what Frankie said, okay, I'm a huge data geek. Okay, most marketers are, but I'm a little obsessive. And I had this guy, Clarence, he's a human VA. This is me in the Philippines. He's worked for me for 8 years. And one of his jobs is at the end of every month, he goes onto my Facebook and my LinkedIn, and he copies and pastes all of my social media contests into a giant spreadsheet. Okay. I have over 10,000 posts since 2017. I know how many comments they have. I know how many likes they got. I know if they have a picture, a video, long form, short form, if it's about political things, branding, virtual assistants, marketing. I know everything about these posts. And this is before AI. I did this because I'm a nerd and I wanted to see what my audience liked, what worked the best, what copywriting style worked the best. I've tested so many things. And not to mention, that's just myself. That's not counting all the clients I've worked with. I've worked with some massive clients. I work with Grant Cardone. I work with Ryan Levesque, the Ask Method. I work with some badasses. I've written viral posts for people that you probably have seen on YouTube, like Sean Cannell. I've worked with some really, really cool people. And I'm even featured in this book here, the social media management book that's in over 100,000 textbooks in universities globally. Funny story, they just come out with their third revision now. So I think they have another 100,000 books they're printing. But this is where the ego dies. And this is where I want to show you guys something crazy. My top 2 posts last year were actually written by AI. Okay. My top 2 posts, millions of people saw my posts. They were written by AI. Now, I will tell you the truth. I'm a copywriter by trade. I'm a social media copywriter. And the idea of out of the top 5 posts, the top 2 were actually written by AI. It kind of hurt my ego. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I'm creating this AI and it kind of fills the hole. But at the end of the day, I made $282,000 literally my very first year just teaching people how to create an AI copywriter in their business. And the cool part is I didn't have to be an AI ninja. You don't have to know anything about it, right? You don't have to have a big budget. You can use the $20 a month plan. You can even probably do some of this stuff for free.
Yeah.
But most of my copy right now, I would say even over 50% is written by AI. Okay, I showed you how to do it before, but take a look at this. Here's a post I had AI write. Look how small the prompt is. Write a viral post about how I only worked 2 days this week. Boom. 109 likes, 32 comments. Personal brand. This isn't boosted or anything. Okay. Look at this. Daddy, are we rich now? This has 243 likes. I posted this 2 days before you and I met in Cancun. This was, I took my
I
kids'
remember this
first class
post
onto that.
because you said that
Yeah,
your son didn't actually say that, but you left it in because it was a good story.
exactly. My son didn't say that, but his face said it. I'll tell you that. Right. He was so impressed. He went up to the captain's seat because we're in first class and they had no problem with it. He just walked right into the captain. They let him touch a couple knobs in there. I didn't even know it was legal.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah,
look how small
totally.
the prompt is. Look how easy the prompt is. I'm not teaching it how to write. Look, write a viral post about how I'm taking the family, because these are already trained AI personas and they're trained on my copy. This one I did, AI wrote a thing about Apple's new iPhone and their Apple Intelligence, and it got 2,100 likes on LinkedIn, 618 comments, 44 reshares. All these are this. So now even my most viral posts of this year, sadly, have been written by AI. Okay. Now, if you've ever hired a social media copywriter, I'm sure you've hired a copywriter. How much you usually pay your copywriters in the past, Frankie?
Yeah, I mean, like I think when we were in person there, somebody said they were paying like 80 grand a year, and that's like to me like probably like a starting place for somebody who knows what they're doing. So like,
Yeah. And here's something beautiful. And because you might be wondering, where did you get, where did all that $282,000 come from that you made? I'm going to show you exactly how I made my money. Okay. Number one, I just taught them how to do copywriting and marketing, right? I showed them how to do personal branding with AI. I did some speaking gigs. I got paid for it. And I worked with some pretty big publishers to help with their content writing teams. to do stuff. So like this is an in-person workshop I did for Agora Financial. I got paid to do that. They even had me come back, and that's Mark Ford, if you know who he is, pretty badass. Found one of the founders
Yeah,
of
I see our
Agora.
man Onik in there too.
Yeah, Onyx Singal's in there. Yeah, he actually sponsored the event. I talked him into sponsoring it. I do a bunch of AI trainings where I sell these workshops and show people how to use AI. They love that stuff, man. I teach them how to do AI copy and marketing. And the secret, by the way, it's all about the data, right? I showed you that giant spreadsheet, and all you have to do really is, and this is where I want to help you guys, is you want to create these AI personas that give a very specific role, and it really fills in the information of how to actually be a good copywriter. So I train it how to be a good copywriter, but here's the part that's really missing that most people forget, and I'm going to give you the cheat code for it, is you actually have to train it by giving it. Is there an annotate button? Yeah, there. See this right here, guys? Boom. This right here is actually 100 viral posts that I collected online right here that I give you guys. Okay, you guys have those. Okay, if you want to join my program, you're going to get all 100 of these. You just train on that. And then I also gave it a couple of my own viral social media posts that I like, so it kind of understands how I write as well. And then it has all the training data that it needs to do it. All you need to do is give some very specific instructions, which, by the way, you can have one of these AI personas set up in less than 90 minutes for yourself. Like
Yeah.
you can learn how to do this for your business in less than 90 minutes.
Can I
Okay.
just say that what you just showed there is probably the biggest game changer that you gave to me personally a couple of weeks ago, because it's for us, it's like I went through, I was an old fart, like I don't like AI content, it all sucks, it's all shit, it doesn't write like a copywriter, just writes flowery. No matter how many times I tell it not to use emojis, it still uses emojis. And when you showed me, it's really just about giving it enough background info. And really the real work in that process is the background info. And what you've done for folks here is like you've
Right.
already set it up
So
so you don't have to
the
figure that
part you
out.
can't see, the part that I'm going to sell you, right? The part that I'm going to sell you, because we're all, being honest and transparent here, is this. This is the AI persona inside here. You are an expert in examining. There's, a couple paragraphs of stuff in there that's trained. And then of course, this content right here. This is like, I didn't realize how valuable. I would have never guessed that the information that I collected on my own social media posts and my posts from my clients since 2017 were going to be this valuable, because data is king. I had a slide I skipped over earlier, but I'm a huge Star Trek fan, and data is exactly where we are with AI today. Because
Yeah.
if you ever watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, Data is this humanoid robot. He's got all of the world, well, technically universe, galaxies information stored inside his computer. He's actually an android, but he isn't human, and he struggles with the human. He struggles with his emotions because he doesn't have any. He's a circuitry. He struggles with how to use the data, and that's kind of our job, is to really program this computer to be more human. I think that's the real key, right? The thing you want to know here is that prompts are really only just instructions on how to use the data. If you
Yeah.
just understand that one thing, that the data is more important than the prompts, because everyone's downloaded these damn prompt packs. Like, hey, download
And
my
they suck. Everybody
3,500
tells
prompt.
me they suck. Every single person I've,
They all suck.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was the guy. I bought all of them, dude. Every time I saw a prompt pack, I'd buy it because A, I wanted to learn, when I was really absorbing. And B, I really was like, okay, the last one sucked. Hopefully this will be better, but they all suck. And I realized that it's really not too much about the prompting. Right. And even some AI personas that some posts that we used after that event, like write a viral post about how I only worked 2 days this week after being in the Philippines. Boom. 194 likes, 24 comments. Here's a post about being in Cancun. That thing did amazing. And look how easy these posts are. Look, write a post about how I'm leaving to Cancun. So the cool part is that once you train the AI persona for your client, you can show them how simple it is to just get results from it. And the cool part is you just charge them a little retainer. You say, hey, look, I'll set this up for you. And then, $500 a month or whatever, you can use it, you can license it, or you can just set it up and forget it. For me personally, I don't want to be too involved with my clients. I usually do a 90-day contract for $9,000. And that comes with a couple calls a month. and I help them with whatever they need, and then I'm out of there, right?
Yeah.
Or I'll build out an AI tool for them, and I'll charge them a monthly subscription. Okay, and that's something that I teach you guys how to do. So into the pitch, if it's okay, can I?
Yeah,
If it's
please,
fair, if you
please.
like
There's
this.
definitely gonna be some people who want some help with this.
So if you guys would like to build out these AI personas and include this in your business, these AI personas, they are not the future, they are now, right? Like I said earlier, Microsoft, big boys, all these, they're all rolling in AI just to support their normal everyday people. And by the way, 3.8% of people are using it. Remember that. So there's so much opportunity for someone who's trusted who can come in and say, hey, look, how would you like to not even have to increase your overhead and have an AI tool that will actually do all this stuff for you, right? If you want to create your own AI personas, we've got a couple options here. Number one, you can, everything that I've taught for you today and what I'm going to share with you today, you can use this for yourself, right? You can obviously use this for your own business, your own agency, your own fulfillment, or you can use them as information. You can sell what I'm teaching you to other people, right? So you can say, hey, look, I'm going to charge you X amount of dollars. Like I always recommend $1,500 to $3,000 to do a consultation with someone and basically build out their little AI workforce team. You know, you can usually get 1 to 2 really solid AI personas to do email marketing, social media. Like that's mostly web copy. Like that's what most businesses need. Marketing is the easiest way to get into AI. And you guys are marketing agencies, which is why I really focused it on that, right? There's so many
Yeah.
different things that you can do AI for, but marketing is cool. And people like making money. It's a money making offer. If you can help
Yeah, yeah,
people
and
make
also I would actually say
more
it's
money.
more so, especially for those of you guys who work with local business, it's actually a money saving offer because to
Yeah.
them to get like say social media posts, they would have to hire an agency and pay them 3 grand a month till the end of time. And when you come in and say like, hey, I'm going to do this 3 grand one time or 5 grand one time, and then you'll be able to do it yourself. And somebody like one of your roofers, if you want, can write viral media or viral social posts. All he's got to do is type this one sentence, and it'll be off to the races. And like
Have
all
you
of a
have you
sudden, they can get more done, and like they don't have to pay like top talent and help to be able to do it. I actually think the biggest appeal for a lot of you guys, especially who work with local businesses, is the cost saving, not the money making side of it.
Yeah. And actually the cool part about it does both. It saves money and it can help them generate money. Like there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of offers on the planet that can save money and make you money,
Yeah.
right? Because if they're already, if they have a social media marketer on the team, I hate to say it, but bye-bye, right? Or at best case scenario, that AI marketer who's doing like, a post a day is now able to do 100 posts a day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like you're just able to supercharge the existing teams, or you can literally replace people. I hate to say it, but like I said, I had 5 copywriters costing me a decent amount of money, and now I have one who's doing the job of 5, and she's fucking fantastic. Excuse my French.
Yeah.
So what I did with Frankie is I wanted to throw you guys out an offer to actually learn how to do this. And then if you want to take the step into the consulting program later, you can. And I usually don't do this, but what I want to do is what you invest today, I'm actually going to deduct if you decide you want to become a certified consultant and join in on the program with the other consultants. I'm going to hook you guys up. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how to actually do this yourselves and use it. And then once you feel comfortable and confident doing it for yourself, how to actually sell this stuff to your clients. So I have a course that literally shows you how to create these AI employees. It only takes you 90 minutes to do, but I have the little circle here because I have tons of bonuses in there, like 27 hours of stuff. But you only need 90 minutes. I don't want to scare you guys off,
Yeah.
right? Like most of those hours in there are because I do a weekly call, okay, every other week. And then if you're a consultant every week, every Wednesday, they get uploaded to the program. So technically this goes up by 90 minutes every freaking week, right? So you're going to learn how to create AI personas. I have a bunch of worksheets and guides in the program. I have templates. Everything is super self-paced. And like I said, you only really need 90 minutes to learn how to do this. And you can not only do this for yourself, but for other business owners. You'll get access to my AI persona method group, which we call the AI persona builders. And this is where it's really sexy because we have, like, even if you look inside the Facebook group, I'm going to show you guys, just like we do a weekly post every Friday where we share wins. And I think you guys would be pretty surprised to see like how many wins we have from our members every freaking week. And they just don't stop. Like, check this out. Here we go. Here's Win Wednesday, posted 6 days ago with 18 comments on it, right? So we have Jonathan Mast, who he has 180,000 people in his ChatGPT group. He just got certified. David Miller says he's using his AI persona to analyze websites, create CVJs, customer value journeys, and create offers based on results. Tracy, one of our consultants, says that she sent out 3 proposals for AI services. One is a definite yes, the other 2 waiting for it. And she's getting a speaking gig with 100 people on the 23rd. Look at this. This person used AI to write a new manuscript for a book, 19,000 words, right? Wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for this. Robert Lee says, I had a client tell me how excited she is to continue her journey, and she's had a rough year. He's helping people. Look at this. Craig Loftus used it to summarize insanely long emails from his kids' teachers. Now that's funny, right? Of all the use cases for these AI personas, long ass emails from your teachers, right? So we have a great community. I do, you guys are able to have access to me all the time in there, and the team. We have 378. I don't know how long the screenshot is, but probably closer to 400 students in the group, and they're super active. Like, the group is very active. We have over 300 active users out of 300 something students, right? And this program's been in there for a while. Yeah, see, 282,000 as of September 10th. So 2 days ago. You get bi-weekly workshops as well. So you get to come in. We usually have topics like, for example, how to create custom GPTs the right way. We talk about how to build out target audience research, things like that. They're always active. I always recommend you guys, now, if you don't like putting your video on, that's okay, but I don't require it. But I do recommend you do it because it's very interactive, and also lots of amazing partnerships and friendships have been made in this group over the past couple of years. Okay. And by the way, we're the very first ever AI consultant program on the planet. So I was the very first one to do it. I challenge any of you guys to find one that launched before March of 2023. Right?
Yeah.
But even if you don't log in, and even if you don't log in at all and you don't even watch a single video, I have 30 pre-built AI personas that you guys can copy and paste. A marketing assistant, real estate marketing, if you have real estate assistants, contract writer, commercial lawyer. We have a content editor, website copywriter, e-commerce manager, lead generation specialist, obviously the social media marketer and stuff. And then I have actual useful prompts, by the way. Remember I told you all those prompt packs that suck?
Yeah.
You guys are going to get 100 actual useful copywriting prompts that will allow you to get really good results from AI. I'm going to give you my quick start quick start workshop, which is literally the fastest way to get AI to become your own personal AI copywriter. I call it the secret AI copywriter workshop. Frankie likes this one. And then this one here, if you've ever not written a book, like, this is your chance. Like, I have a ghostwriter GPT that will actually help you, just like it did for Stephanie, write a book for her in like 24 hours in 19,000 pages.
Yeah, can I just say, as somebody who wrote a book and is working on a second, it's a pretty life-changing thing. You guys write books in your industry, your status in that perceived industry and your ability to charge for that, I'm the top expert, will go up dramatically. It's the difference between, like, I see people struggling to get 2K a month for a service. The minute you have a book and you're speaking on stage or whatever, you can, without pushback, charge 10 20K a month for that exact same thing, and get the top people to come work with you, and generally speaking they win more, all because you have a book. So, like, there's a real power in what you're looking at right here.
Yeah, you have a lot of authority that's gained when you are an author, right?
Yeah.
And you get a lot of opportunities too. Like, I've been able to go. I actually was on TV in the South Beach, whatever the South Beach news station is over there. They helped me promote the launch of my book. I've been able to get on stages with it. Another thing that I don't think people realize is how valuable it is when you are a speaker and you give somebody a book. It, like, instantly increases your authority with that person, like, right away, right? And then, of course, I told you it's so easy. My 11-year-old son can do it. I have a generative AI workshop to show you exactly how to create really good graphics. And you'll notice, look at the Savage Marketer hat on there. It actually says the words correctly. Look at that.
Yeah.
See that?
That's a secret in and of
Marketer,
itself,
Savage
however
Marketer.
you're getting it to write the words correctly.
Ah, I know how to do that, y'all. Even says Black Friday correctly. Look at that. See? So, and then if you have a VA, I have a guide that I literally give you. It's like a 20-page Google Doc of like how I'm leveraging AI with my VA, like how the VA is using AI for me to get more done. I'm also going to give you my book. It's called the AI Consulting Blueprint. Basically lays out exactly how to become an AI consultant so that, you know, if you decide, yeah, this might be for me, I just want a quick read. This is something you can literally, I mean, you probably couldn't read it all on one toilet session, but you keep it next to it and you'll get through it in a few days. Unless you got a really bad day, then you can get it through, right? So I'm going to teach you how to create your own army of employees. You're going to have the course access, which is $1,500, my builders community access, which is by the way, lifetime. Bi-weekly workshops. You're going to have all my pre-built AI personas, my copywriting collection, my copywriting workshop, my AI book ghostwriter, my graphic generative AI workshop. And since we're all agency owners and marketers, you guys know there's going to be a value stack, right? But then you're like, but hold on a second. What if I told you the number one reason why people suck with AI is just what me and Frankie were saying earlier? Because they suck at copy. Some of you guys might be thinking right now, yeah, I suck at copy, right? So I actually have another program that you can have access to. You can have your VA do it if you don't want to. But one of the things that's really important in training your AI is actually understanding the principles of copywriting. So I'm going to show you how to train your AI, how to be a freaking expert copywriter using what is called the clear copywriting method, which is, because you saw a sample of that earlier when I had it kind of right. It's called the clear copywriting method. It's designed to do social media selling. Okay. You're going to have access to my evergreen content workshop. So you always know what to write about, how to establish yourself as authority online. You're going to have a really strong, what we call target audience workshop, where you deep dive into the minds, the desires, the objections, the pain points that your audience have so that your AI can actually write really good for you. And same with the checkout pages. I want you guys to create a checkout page with an offer so damn good that people would be stupid not to sign up. Okay. Hopefully I've done my job. Hopefully when you guys see this stuff, you're going to be like, dude, this would be stupid for me not to get, right? Here's a proven testimonial script if you want to get really good testimonials from your clients. So anyway, you're going to get the copywriting training. I'm not going to go through the whole stack. Don't want to insult your intelligence. But then this part I think would be interesting to you. Okay. Because Frankie, let's be honest. I bet there's a bunch of people on here that are like, you know what, Jeff, I don't really care about how to become a good copywriter. I just want the AI to do everything, right? So I actually have a whole bunch of custom GPTs I've already built and Claude projects that you guys can use just like I did right there. You guys can have access to it absolutely included into this. So I have my viral social media post generator. It can literally write posts for you right then and there. Done deal. I put this at $1,000, but man, I mean, what would it cost to hire me to write social media posts for you 24/7 around the clock? Probably a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But this is literally my own content, my top 100 performing posts over the past since 2017. So 8 years, 9 years of my posts all dumped into this custom GPT. Meeting minutes, you ever do a client call and you want to look good and you don't, by the way, read AI and all those other AI Zoom things, they suck. I have a custom GPT that you drop in the actual transcript and it gives you perfect notes every time. I have a custom QR generator. All the QR codes that you're going to see inside here, the ones you've seen already, are created using this custom QR generator that actually makes really nice looking ones, by the way. Inside, I don't even know if you knew that, but ChatGPT can make those. Contract writer, media bio generator, for example. I'm showing up to this thing. Frankie's like, yo, I need a bio. My VA logs in, uses this tool and says, yeah, I'm going to be speaking with Frankie Finn's group, their agency owners. It literally writes out the perfect bio based on the audience that you're in front of every single time. Even the shirt, by the way, this shirt that I'm wearing right now was designed by my custom t-shirt designer, Custom GPT. So there you go. If you want to have it design some t-shirts, or look, if you're just like, you know what, fuck this whole agency deal. This is some bullshit. You want to go back and get a real job. You want to give up. I got a perfect resume and cover letter writer for you. I got to throw that one in there, Frankie. You know I
There
like
you go.
humor.
And you know what? I always say if you're not at least contemplating that once every like 3 to 4 months, you're doing this business wrong. If you're not
When
going,
I
man, I
first
should have
left
just got a real job.
when I first left the corporate world, no joke, I was an IT project manager. I was making $150,000 a year. So more like 130,000 plus perks, right?
Yeah.
132,000 plus perks. And I left my job my first year as an entrepreneur. I made negative $50,000, right?
Yeah.
I
That's
was like, I had no idea. And I looking back, I should have started building the side hustle a lot more before I left my real job, like I should have had a little bit of a nest egg to land on. But what ended up happening was I fell on my face, and every time I log in on LinkedIn, I swear to God, I was already committed to building my business. Every month, I would get one, two, maybe three really good project management offers for like 150, 250, $300,000.
yeah, they look tempting, and when you're at the bottom, they sure look tempting.
Anyway, so I'm just saying, if you want to quit and give up, hey, I can get you. Even if all this did was you get this and you get the job of your dreams, and you say, "Screw it, I don't want to show up to Frankie's calls anymore," you got it. All right. And this is what Frankie was talking about. He was using for creating videos. For you can use it for short form, long form, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels. And then email campaign, you can literally use this. You type in what the email campaign is going to be about and who the audience is, and it just literally writes it for you. I have a branding consultant GPT. If you want to build your own personal brand, it'll tell you exactly how to do it, help you come up with the content strategy. So you're going to get all these GPTs, okay? And so you got the AI persona method training. Oh my God, you didn't know the stack was so big. The copywriting training, and all the custom GPTs. If you add all that stuff up in marketing fashion, it's going to be something crazy. $8,246. But what I wanted to do for you guys was get you guys started right now for $297. All right. It's going to be 5 pay. Okay. And I even give you guys an opportunity to get rid of an extra 297 if you just pay all of it at once. So 297, 5 pay. If you want to jump in on this, and obviously, if you want to become a consultant, we can talk about that in the future. I'd even deduct this from that amount. This QR code that I got right here
Nice picture, by the way.
By the way, can I just point out, can you tell I've lost 30 pounds since this picture? Can you tell?
Well, I can't because you're just like shirt up on video, but if you step back, I'm sure we can see it.
Look at that. Yeah, it's pretty good. But yeah, that was in my defense, this picture of me and Frankie, we were at an all-you-can-eat buffet in Cancun. So, just saying. But the link here for you guys, we'll put it down. You guys can click on it. But this is a special link just for you guys to get started for $297. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, it might not be for you. just gonna throw it out there because like one thing that I'm really proud about is that we've really built a strong community. Like obviously, Frankie, everything I do, I'm all in. And I really expect the same from my people. So like I want people to be excited. I want people to get results. I want you to be able to contribute to other people in the group. I want you to ask questions if things aren't going right or if you get stuck. Like I want people that are just vocalized, can write a post and say, hey, here's what I'm working on. I would want you guys to show up on those calls to get results. Like, and I'm very confident about what I'm teaching you guys. If you guys don't get results and you're like, you actually put effort in and do it, I'll give you your money back. Like, that's why I do the payment plan. I don't even let people pay in full anymore because I really just want, it's like, let's get you in there and start getting results. You can start getting results as soon as 90 minutes. And that's if you are like this guy, Take Action Tony. All right. That's who I want in the program. I don't want the laybout Larrys. I want those Take Action Tonys, the people that can actually, see themselves like, hey, look, let's use AI like Jarvis and strap it onto us and like let it, let's fly around. Let's do some cool stuff together,
Unless you guys don't like getting paid like multi-$1,000 an hour to set
yeah, if you don't like to get paid multiple thousands of dollars to do some consulting gigs on literally the easiest thing you could possibly sell. You know what? I'm going to go back here. First off, I'm going to give you another opportunity to buy. But here's what I want to do. I want to share with you guys. Have you read Alex Hormozi's $100 million offers book?
Yeah, of course. I think most of our community has, or at least has heard of it.
If you haven't, there is a section in there I highly recommend. Like, you should print that shit out and pin it to your wall. It's about the Grand Slam offer. Remember that? The Grand Slam
Yeah.
offer?
Yeah.
So
And can I just say, by the way, a lot of you agency owners took that to mean take an average offer and strap a hypey guarantee to it. But if you actually look at the whole picture, there's more to it than that.
Exactly. And by the way, that really is my text. That is my phone number. So like, if you have questions, feel free to send me a text, 971-599-7704. That literally is my cell phone. You call me now, it'll ring. But here's the deal. Like, what I want you to think about for this Grand Slam offer, if you remember, the Grand Slam offer has 4 attributes. Okay. And it's crazy. This has made so much progress in my own life that I can actually recite this without looking at the book. There's 4 main factors to building a Grand Slam offer. Number 1 is, right, how realistic, okay? And I'm not doing this in order, but how realistic is it to get someone results? How realistic is it that someone actually believes that they can actually get results? I just showed you guys multiple times on this tiny little presentation how fast it was to create a sales proposal, how to create a plan on what AI personas. I showed you exactly, I whipped up AI and I showed you guys how to write. It actually wrote an AI post for us that was obviously just as good as a copywriter that you pay for. So I'm already showing you guys that the realisticness, right? The actual reality of being able to actually get results is actually really high, right? And this is the same thing. How I'm selling to you is how you sell to people. That's why I don't feel guilty at all selling it to you, because I know you're going to get results, right? So how realistic is it that they're actually going to get results, right? And then what's the transformation that they're going to get? Think about what their life is like before and what their life is like now, right? Right now, as an agency owner, your life is what? You doing something or having to hire someone else to do something. Yeah. Now, the new transformation is you have AI doing the stuff for you, right? And don't have to worry about the headaches and people and all that kind of stuff. And you have to look at the value. What's the price worth? Like the value stack that I showed you of $8,000, whatever, forget that. Let's think about it through the eyes of your clients. How much is it to hire a copywriter? You said earlier, it's not out of the ordinary to pay $80,000, but let's just say they got a cheap one for $40,000. Now you're telling me that you can create an AI copywriter with somebody for $3,000, $5,000, $9,000 that will work for them forever and never, ever take any days off and never ask for a raise and never roll their eyes and all that stuff that I showed you earlier, right? And of course, the best part of the offer is there an audience you can sell it to? Guess who it is? 100 minus 3.8% of the world, right? Like let's use the crazy thing and say that only 6 point and 6.
Can I just say, like, even selling
right?
it is like the easiest thing in the world, because you can auto generate content for them in 6 seconds right in front of them anytime you want.
Yeah. The easiest way to sell it is once you set up your AI persona, you literally just show them how to do it. Like you and me right now, I could do a Facebook Live right now and literally sell this right now. Like I can do a Facebook Live and say, hey guys, I'm working with Frankie on some social media posts. Check this out. Hey, you guys want to have access to my AI copywriter? Send me a DM, right? Boom, instant leads. We even use what we call the curious student method. You know that one? Dan Henry. You know Dan?
Is it like a market research angle where you just say, I'm a curious student? Is this something you'd pay for, kind of thing?
So here's the exact, I'm going to tell you the exact posts. I have a template that I give all my students. The post is, hey, I'm currently working on my AI certification to help businesses create AI employees to do their marketing, social media, emails, whatever. Like I'm looking for a couple business owners that want to volunteer to be case studies. And then you say, here's what I would be able to do for you. And you have little X's or little check boxes that say social media marketing, email, whatever. And I'm willing, if you're interested, DM me. Now you're not doing it for free. You just say, hey, look, I usually do this for, $2,000 or 1,500, but I'm starting to build up my case study. So I'd like to just do it for you for $500. And then guess what? You get 3 clients at $500. There's $1,500. Uh-oh, it's paid for the course. See, look how that works, right? So this is something that I really like, is like how hungry is the audience around you? Well, another thing that Alex Hormozy says from his professor is that, there's the hot dog stand. Everyone knows this little analogy. If you don't know, it's a good one. But, like there's a professor who actually posed a question to his students and said, hey, of all the things, quality, like what are the things that really help sell hot dogs? And people are like, well, the quality, the price, this and that. He says, no, what sells hot dogs is a starving audience.
Yeah.
You come out of a You come out of a
Can I just
baseball
say
game.
that I'm pretty sure that's actually a Gary Halbert story, but don't quote me on
Is it Gary Halpert? That's it. It is Gary Halpert. You're right. Gary Halpert's story. And Gary literally talks about how like you come out of an event and you're starving and everybody's starving and boom, what's there? How do I know this? Because the last time that I went down to Fresno for this concert, we come outside and they had 4 or 5 of these guys, those Mexican hot dog cart stands. Oh man, those things are addictive. You smell the bacon wrapped hot dogs, it's a done deal. I'm done. I'm sold, right? So you want to have that starving crowd. So right now, businesses know that AI is here. They don't want to be left behind. They want to have the advantages. They know that if you can help them cut costs, increase profits, come on, that's an easy one. So I'll end it with this. If all this did for you was help you personally, not even selling it to anyone else, but if all this did was help you with that 20%, if you were that person who on the low end of the bar just got 20% more done, right? That's an extra 8 hours of work. And maybe you could just not work an extra day, right? Like, hey, now you can do 5 days of work in 4 days. Maybe you can finally take Fridays off. Right? I know entrepreneurs, one thing that we're really not great at is clocking out. We're really great at working, right? We wear it like a badge. We show up to Christmas parties and whatever else not, and they're like, hey, how you doing? You're like, I'm busy, man. I'm real busy. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. You're so busy.
I used to have people say, oh, you're so lucky you can do your shit from anywhere. And I used to always say, stuff like, you're so lucky you don't have to answer emails on Sunday night, or you're so lucky, you're getting paid on Friday with no uncertainty about that.
Exactly. And by the way, this is an AI persona. Look at that. That's a completely AI generated photo using Facebook, by the way. But if all this did was help you create an AI persona who actually helps your business, and by the way, is already more qualified and easily trained than humans, it'd probably be worth it. And then for me personally, I've been able to fire myself completely. My copywriter is we were talking about this before we started this call. I have a new copywriter who I've been using AI, and basically I trained up. Here's a little next level strategy for you guys. The next level strategy is once you train up the AI, you don't have to even do it anymore, because you can just have a VA in the Philippines for, a couple bucks an hour, $9, $10 an hour, that's what I pay. But if you do that, guess what? You have someone who usually couldn't do social media content, couldn't do email marketing. My own VA, who's never been through marketing, she's never been through a single course. She has no idea. She's never been a copywriter. She's using my AI persona that's trained on my writing style, who's been trained, by the way, with Dan Kennedy and everything else, because I import all that stuff to train my AI, right? I'll show you guys how to do that. And she's the one who does it. She goes, oh, write a newsletter about whatever, and it just writes it up. My own VA, who literally knows nothing about marketing, has written 77 newsletters already this year. 77. All right. So anyway, the ability to actually fire yourself. So you got two options here. Number one is you can do nothing. You don't have to take this leap of faith. And which, by the way, like I said, is 100% risk-free. Like if that's before that second payment even comes in, if you're like, man, you know what? I tried it, doesn't work. I'm 100% confident it's going to work. You know why? Because I barely have any refunds. And usually it's because people don't try, and by the way, don't be that guy. Like I said, if you're that guy who doesn't do anything, don't join this. Or you can start creating your AI personas today. I would love to have you guys in here. I know this was longer than usual. Frankie, I appreciate the opportunity.
Same, dude. When you showed me this, I was like, this is like something that every business owner needs. It's right up the alley of our people, and it's the easiest upsell or downsell in the world. And they're like, even at 9K for an hour of consulting and a little bit of support behind it, like they're saving money massively over the long term. And nobody else anywhere on earth is selling this to help them get up to speed. Everybody's shouting, get my AI chatbot and things like that, but nobody really is bridging the gap of like, how do I
I'll be
actually
100% with
fucking
you,
use this
Frankie.
for my bakery, or how do I use this for my, dental office and things like that. And so like this is like to me just fills a giant market gap.
And the thing that I love the most about it is that like you don't have to be some sort of an AI genius or a marketing genius. You just have to learn how to copy and paste and communicate. If you can give instructions, you can do this. It doesn't take a lot of time to learn how to get results from AI. And that's one of the things that's really exciting is that once you're in the game, you're already going to be seen as like, oh my God, like this person really knows their stuff. Like I've gotten so many opportunities just because I know AI. And people, like I said, the adoption rate of AI in businesses is so low. So this is a great opportunity. It really is a gold rush right now. It's like this AI gold rush. I know it's kind of corny, but it really is. And right now we have this ability to sell the tools. Remember, who made the money during the gold rush?
Yeah.
It wasn't the miners, right? It was the people selling the tools, right? So like we have this awesome opportunity right now to actually sell the tools to the fastest growing industry ever. We have record profits. NVIDIA finally overtook everyone as the number one company in the world, right? Why? Because they're making all the processors for AI. That's all. That's the only reason why. Think about this. The only reason why NVIDIA is the number one company on this planet is because they are powering AI. That's it. So that must tell you something about the future of the world.
Amen, brother. I'm going to hit end recording for those of you guys who have any questions or whatever. And I also should mention that there's a couple of bonuses that'll be unannounced from Big Daddy here, but this is just exclusive for you guys who get it through Jeff's stuff. But we have some cool stuff for, reverse engineering in your marketplace, like who all the heavy hitters are, exactly what to pitch them, how to create content for their audiences and stuff like that. And essentially, like in a matter of 10 minutes, we can go from you're nobody into your industry. We've had people use this to like get their stuff published in the biggest industry magazines they're part of, to be expert interviewed in some of the biggest spaces, to speak on stages, to have webinars. It's all kind of the same basic format, but a lot of it is you need to be able to identify who the heavy hitters are. You need to be able to write something to them that makes it worth their while to put you in front of their audience. And then you need to be able to have something that actually serves their audience, as Jeff has shown you with all these slides. And we can do that in under 10 minutes now. So I'm going to give you guys some cool stuff on that.
Dude, I want that. You better send that to me. I want that.
So
that's awesome. Well, thanks again. And first off, thanks for the trust and, bringing me in front of your audience. And I appreciate you guys. Frankie and I, we've been friends for a long time, and something that you guys don't know about Frankie, to talk him up, just to praise him for a minute. But 2 years ago, when I said that I was going to sell my business, I went through a really hard time. I hope I'm not getting emotional right now. Damn it.
yeah, you can go for it. But I remember, dude, like, and can I just give a little
you remember what
backstory for
happened?
both? But and everybody can relate to this. So Jeff runs an agency where he's got virtual assistants, and he was, like rapidly expanding. And for any of you guys who've ever been through something like this, it's really, really fucking stressful. They lost a really big real estate contract in the middle of it. And so they had, I don't know, I remember like 50, 60 employees that were looking for a home.
Worse than losing.
Yeah.
Worse than losing. We found out we only had 150. I mean, 150 is a lot, right? But I had 150 people working for me in November of 2022. And imagine getting a letter November 30th, where basically your biggest client says, "Hey, we're not going to use you anymore." And then you're worried about helping get jobs for 50 people that work for that client. 50 out of 150 work for one client, a huge mortgage lender. And they were talking about, oh, the mortgage rates are tanking, everything's going bad, we're going to have to take it in-house, this and that. I'm like, okay, wow. So I created a program called Operation 50 Families, where I wanted to replace and get these VAs jobs. And Frankie really helped me, and he helped promote me to his audience, and he put together some stuff for me. And well, technically, what ended up happening was I had 50 people get poached. That was the hardest part, was finding out that they actually got poached.
Yeah.
That part really sucked. Like that part really sucked. And getting your business, and by the way, just so you guys understand, this was $1 million a year client. And I was using all that profit to fund all the other ideas that I had. I started the AI agency and this and that, and I was going crazy. And Frankie really hooked me up and supported me in that hard time. And any way I can support you and your people, I'm happy to do so. So I'm
We
just willing
appreciate
to come
that,
in.
dude. And I just say, like, I have an
Yeah.
infinite amount of empathy because whether it's one person or 50, man, it's real hard when you got to let somebody go and you've gotten to know them over years and years and years. And these are like good people, and the last thing you want to do is feel like as a failure, I failed as a boss. You guys got to find a new home. It's not even because you're not doing your job, it's because we lost a contract or whatever. Those are hard times, and I've been through them in different ways in my own stuff. And it's like, it's never easy to fire somebody, but it's extra hard when they're actually doing a good job and you're happy with them, and it's just because you feel like you let them down as the leader. And man, I've been through that in my own stuff, so I mean, I feel for you.
Uh, anyway, I just wanted to thank you personally because even for the moral support you gave me, not let alone the actual stuff you helped me with, but this is why I'm really proud to be part of this group and what you're building, Frankie, because I know you actually care. And that's something that I feel like, especially in the marketing world, you see a lot of people that they're just in it for the money. And
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, I like the money. I love money.
yeah,
But not in the evil way of love for money, but I think it's fair to say we all like to make money.
yeah,
And I find the best way is to make money together.
yeah.
So help me, help you. All
Help
right. I
me.
want to
He's
see you guys
going
make
Jerry
some money.
Maguire on you guys right now.
Thanks, Frankie.
All right, cool. I'm gonna hit end recording. We appreciate you guys. You got questions? Drop them on. I'll make sure Jeff answers them. But I think you guys are seeing the quote unquote future now. So like jump on this shit. Anyways, I won't say anymore. You guys know the offer. If you want to grab it, go grab it. Hey guys, if you like this video, you may also like my best-selling book here, Beyond the Agency Box. It is all about scaling a digital marketing agency while eliminating meetings and phone calls. We actually sell our stuff phoneless. We don't have any client meetings, and we also hire our team entirely without meeting phone calls, which allows us to, like actually kind of live a life. I've laid out the entire blueprint and everything you need to know, getting clients, onboarding, setting expectations, scaling, building a team, you name it. It has been a bestseller on Amazon now for over 5 straight years, but now you can get it even cheaper than you can get it on Amazon. So I can't tell you the exact price because it may change when this video is released, but there should be a link to it below, either in the description of the video or as well as a pinned comment. So if you're interested in that, check out that video and you can get a copy for super cheap.